To that, I'd like to say, hear, hear. I think it is almost beyond belief that we have a woman who has won 2.5 million more votes than the person who wins the electoral vote. And I'd like to address that briefly. First of all, though, Mr. Secretary, I'd like to thank you for the arrangements that you've made today and for the wonderful historic notes that you gave us. And I congratulate you for having done this 10 other times. You are indeed a secretary for the ages. I believe that New Hampshire has not yet signed on to the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact. It's a real mouthful. For those of us who are not familiar with it, I'd like to say that the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is an agreement among a group of U.S. states and the District of Columbia to award all their respective electoral votes to whichever presidential candidate wins the overall popular vote in the 50 states and the District of Columbia. If adopted, the compact would modify the way participating states implement Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of the Constitution, which requires each state legislature to define a method to appoint its electors to vote in the Electoral College. The Constitution does not mandate any particular legislative scheme for selecting electors, and instead vests state legislatures with the exclusive power to choose how to allocate its own electors. Adoption of the compact would not require a constitutional amendment. The compact is designed to ensure that the candidate who wins the most popular votes is elected president, and it will come into effect only when it will guarantee that outcome. As of this date, the compact has been adopted by 10 states and the District of Columbia, which together have 165 electoral votes. And it's not my intention to enter into a discussion of the compact today, but rather to take this opportunity to bring attention to it and to encourage us all to study its provisions, and to you, Mr. Secretary, perhaps to report to the public and today's electors, giving us your considered opinion, and if it is favorable, helping us chart a path in New Hampshire to adopt it. Again, thank you for your hospitality today.